folks. So, this week we're moving forward with our research or completion reports. We're going to start by writing a professional email or letter to our intended audiences. Now, we haven't yet truly reached out to them, but if you're thinking that you might want to send your report to someone, to your church, your boss, whatever it is you're working on, it wouldn't hurt to find out if they're really open to receiving it. So this is your chance. Write a letter or an email and see if they are open to getting your report. This is no extra credit, so no pressure if you don't. If you're feeling like, yeah, I don't want to do this, they don't have to do it. But it's a nice little activity. So that's what we're going to start with. Then we're going to spend a little bit of time reading about a pretty important issue in scientific, technical, professional writing. Now, earlier we talked about ethics, who the technical and professional writer is responsible to, for what and why. And this continues from that conversation. Here, the issue is readability. I think you can imagine that a confusing professional report can cause some real damage. And so, readability is a big issue. Yes, it's culturally determined, but that doesn't mean it's not something we wrestle with. So, take a look. You 3 credit folks, I'm going to ask you to read a bit from the 5 credit textbook we're using, but don't worry, it's free and online. Just click on the link, you can read it online right there at the read book thing. Okay, then the second half of the week, we're going to be doing a quick check-in on your reading. As you may recall, earlier in the quarter, we talked about note-taking methods, and you all talked about what you were going to try to do. We also looked at active reading strategies, and you talked about what strategy you might want to employ as you do your reading. Well, your bill has come due. Now is the time to assess how well you've been doing, how your reading is going, how your note-taking is working. Don't worry, this is for you, not for me. So if you have to confess that you've been a little behind on things, that's okay. On the other hand, get your stuff done. I've done my homework. Okay, finally, we're going to spend a bit of time figuring out how to present our survey data. Now, the first thing is to make sense of it. What stands out, what's interesting, surprising, confusing, in other words, get it clear in your head what it is you want to talk about. Then, second half, phase two, we're going to try to put it into some kind of graphic representation. So if you find one set of responses as being really confusing or really interesting, for example, how would you present that graphically to support whatever narrative you offer? Would it be a pie chart, a bar graph? Would it be a table? I don't know what. Probably not tables, but maybe. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. It's going to be very similar to that imagined scenario we did a little bit earlier. All right, good luck. Have some fun.